Thanks, Aaron. Thanks. I'm really glad you made that introduction because I wanted to say something, but it's hard to, say it all. Aaron, are you going to put the poem up or shall I? Yeah, that's brilliant. Thank you. So this poem is called Ode to My Beloved's Back. Your back, my drum, snare drum, drum tongue, flesh, thumb, bone numb, skin, drum tongue, drum. Your back, my beat, beat bone, bone, street, bare, feet, stone steep, drum beat, lie, back, flesh heat, soft beat, birth seat, bowl shell, heart, swell, long bell, soft shell, your back, bone, rack, my drum, steep stack, snare drum, drum tongue, flesh, thumb, bone, numb, skin drum, tongue drum.
Their hardly daughter. 0. Tidying light into the edges and corners of mountains. 1. Looking at the recall of daughter in the lake. 1. Sun, a red fence she cannot get to. 1. The air stings like a rash of pollen, but wind is careful. A pillow, 1, smothering her face without ventilation. 1. She walks through the gate of Kate Bush and becomes dance. 1. Leaves her chance to rust with the gold afternoon grass. 1. At the edge of her fiction was a trim of Ariadne with gaps. 1. Close to blue between her teeth. 1. The sun configured the exact structure of a lie. 1. She found the clouds to be paraphrasing her sexes, her endeavours. 1. A clique of mountains. 0. An assortment of moons.
Hi, it's really awesome to be here, especially alongside Cornish language poets. The poem I'm going to read is called Colonize, and it's a poem about the linguistic violence inherent to colonization, which I've become more and more consciously aware of, the places where Irish is missing in my poetry practice, as I've developed my poetry over the last few years. So here it is. The subtitle is After Seamusini, Colonize, or the Bog Queen's Grave Goods. Write in a tongue not your own. Laugh with vowel sounds unfamiliar to your granny's ear. Startle her with their hostility, the lack of fulsha in your welcome. Lose your musicality, linguistic sensuality replaced with triviality. Talk about the weather. Don't talk at all. Hunt in wild places. Unsubjugated bog squelches around searching fingers. Grip hard, unearth words. Buried without ceremony for their savagery. Deep in unconsecrated ground. By savage men's superiority. These neglected, disinterred remnants cannot fly home. Their roost inside your mouth has long since rotted. Lose your words, lose your tongue, lose your mind. Hang a slate of shame around your neck, your tongue scrubbed clean with Queen's English. And God save you if you forget it. There's more than slates been hung for that.
Hello, thank you so much for having me. It's been absolutely amazing to listen to everyone, a real treat. The first poem I'm going to read is called Breath Play. So I should probably give a content warning for consensual violence, but in the arena of sex. Breath Play. That first time, belt biting at the fleshed fruit of my throat. Leather rooting in, merciful sickness, your familiar hand made strange. Our sex placed in the language of the animal, stripped of its life skin, thin membrane, repurposed from its origins to hold the body together at the waist, or to carry a weapon with the intention of protecting life or taking it. And then the second poem I'm going to read is Bedridden, and another content warning for chronic illness and pain. Bedridden. Ache into cotton, ceiling crack familiar as veins bucking up on a lover's wrist. Wrap hands in splints, nylon tight, a boxer preparing to fight myself. A splint is also a symptom of an overrun horse, most common in the young. They develop beneath the knee, turn bone to knotted root, nerve endings to noise, bets to dust. Even to the trained eye, the choreography of stress and arousal can be hard to tell apart. A gelding having its wounded leg strapped will nod its head the way I do when asked, "This feel good?" The noise I make when coming, easily mistaken for the stunted echo of an injured animal. A stallion hooving the track of its mate will flare its nostrils the way I do when breathing through spasm, willing my body to let go of the crop it uses to beat its own flank. Like a horse, pain can be ridden to safety or into battle. Unlike a horse, it can't be beaten into submission. Thank you.
Hiya. The poem I'm going to be reading is called Does Your Mother Know? It's named after my favourite club in Bournemouth called DYMK, which is named after the ABBA song Does Your Mother Know? And it's about my best friend who's in the room with me right now, so very happy to read it. Does your mother know? All the greens ash, all the red tips glowing. We not sober for a year, losing our skins to the waves, tumbling, glorious. Impersonating lobsters, learning how to fuck, to piss in the park and let the men watch on our way to DYMK. Their walls are covered in cocktail glass-shaped mirrors, light bouncing its blue body off mounted martinis. Does your mother know that you climb the metal lighting rig every Friday, friend, looking for new love? Does your mother know? Yes, of the theory, but not the practice. The last time any of us were this endless was before our parents met. Later that night, the sea licking vodka sweat from where my breast meets my rib, us shivering at the bus stop before sunrise. We really walked here, children, just baptized, ready for our first honest prayer, sweaty dyke fag palms facing the ceiling. The last time any of us were known by our mothers, the glass on the walls was still being washed ashore. Thanks.